What's up? I'm back. Guys, I'm in the hotel room. As you see my stuff, like I travel and I work all the time. Ivy Clothing Company, I keep mentioning that. He is a really close person, a friend of mine, who actually is, if you will, sponsoring recovery. He wants to get it to the streets and um, obviously try to help people see and recognize us out here. Give more notice to us because I have to admit, we have such a bad view in society, and it's like the alcoholics in the 1930s. They're well, what do? You lock them up and throw away the key, right? There's no actual disease going on, right? Well, it's ivyclothingcompany.com. You can check him out on Instagram. Obviously you can get this shirt. You can get the other shirts that I have. He's going to be doing a free giveaway on these shirts. So, that being said, I wanted to touch on a few things. Very important. I made some notes here in the hotel. I'm at a Holiday Inn. I feel kind of classy. It's a decent hotel. And these are some stuff I really wanted to talk about. When you first get clean. Now, why is this so important? It's life or death to me. It may not be for everybody else, but it's life or death for me. Now, the first steps of getting rid of people, places, and things. We've heard that said. It's extremely important up front that we do these, okay? Whether one later on is capable of living a certain lifestyle, which I don't really recommend. I mean, don't get me wrong, you're going to encounter certain things in recovery. But immediately, I always talk about honesty because it's the root to this whole thing. If you can't get rid of those numbers out of your telephone, if you can't get off the Facebook or delete all the people on your Facebook, preferably start a whole new account and do not even, really get off the damn thing until you get enough time under your belt, my opinion. If you have people that are connected there. The problem is you've got to be honest with you. I don't know the doctor that you're speaking to who recommends you do these very things that I'm telling you, the people, places, and things, that tells you, hey, you need a new number, you need to get rid of old contacts, you need to stop with the people on Facebook and Instagram, and you name it. Now there's so many apps, TikTok, and all the stuff coming out. You really need to get rid of people, places, and things. If you want this thing to be successful and being guaranteed, you really just have to be honest. And that's the biggest thing, is honesty and getting rid of these things. Also things. So things that might trigger, things that might cause you to want to use, drink, whatever your vice is, people, places, and things. Also, really early on, for a lot of people who reach out to me through Facebook and Instagram, they make mention about, they feel alone. They feel really lonely. And I know that feeling because when my wife kicked me out the last couple weeks of me on my run. And when I was getting clean, I felt like I had kind of burn all my bridges, and that's what I hear a lot of people talk about on Facebook. You burn all your bridges. Well, burning my bridges made me feel very lonely and feel kind of like, what's the point, And so a lot of people don't still have their wives or their moms or their dads or anyone like I did. I had support systems still. Some people burnt those bridges completely. So this is why I recommend 12-step programs, because there is a support system there. Now, a lot of people go to a meeting and they're like, oh, screw that. That place sucks. And some people aren't outspoken. I am. As you well know, I have a YouTube channel showing why I'm outspoken and how I am. It's just my character. But I've been to many meetings where I sat in there and I listened to someone, guy or girl, rant on, it's a negative, it just made me feel like this is crap, and I hear someone else, I've seen examples where someone else would go, yeah, well, my name's Charles and I'm an alcoholic. I had a different experience. Life is good. The glass is half full. Yes, it's rough at times, but it is much, much better. I experienced this with my higher power on a daily, my consciousness, however you want to call it, whatever you think it is. And, I keep in close contact with you folks because you remind me that it's real and that this thing will continue to be real until the day that I die. And that's the day victory has come. I'm just giving you an example. but someone else might have gone on the deep end. So if that meeting doesn't work, go to a different meeting or go to a different place of meetings. There's different variety of 12-step programs that might be your thing. I definitely recommend that. I mean, you're going to have your naysayers. Someone's going to get on here and go, this guy's talking about 12-step programs. I don't know, maybe because early on, the people who are committed to actually practicing these principles and being committed to this thing, there was like a 50-50 chance that they were successful the very first time going through this. So they were very successful. I was what you call big book thumper for a while. I got really into the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 steps. I went through the 12 steps. The first time I was obviously like a little iffy about it. I didn't know what to think about it, but I did it. And I was clean for 2 years, started drinking, relapsed drinking. At church, by the way, I was taking communion, and that's a whole nother story. But I ended up, getting a tooth extracted, and I got prescribed Percocet. If you've seen my videos before, you know this. Now, this is funny, but this time around, today is the 22nd, and I will be 3 years clean in 5.5 days. I will be 3 years clean, and I'm counting my blessings, and I want you all to also experience this thing that I experience, because it has changed everything in my life, my family, my wife, my kids, and I'm alive, and I want everyone else out there to experience the same things that I experience. This is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I just want everyone who's watching this to feel the same things that I feel. And I know there's a lot of people hurting, So, look, honesty, commitment. You have to do this. You have to survive. You know what I mean? It is life or death. And, I depend on y'all. You help me make it through the day sometimes. And I've had a rough day today, But you see how happy I am? I can move right past it. I don't have to hold on to the resentments. I can keep going. I had almost an altercation, physical altercation this morning at work. Like, life is life. And, in the moment, I am feeling in the moment, I'm just, and I can't see anything else. But then I pushed through, and I went to that person, and I tried to communicate, and it seemed that they had a barrier up, so they weren't willing to receive anything, and I wanted to let them know, like, I didn't mean anything, like, by it, so I wanted to apologize. I would have never done that before. So, this is my little video. Kurt has called me, and at this moment I just got paid, and the wife's not working at this moment. She's trying to find a job, so I have been the only one bringing in the source of income, so therefore I am broke. So I was going to put some money on my card on my phone, so they have like the card that you can call out from jail to talk to people. Right now I'm waiting on the next paycheck because Kurt's trying to call me and I can't get a hold of him. Or I can't communicate with him, and anytime he does call me from the 1-800 number, I get like 60 seconds, and then it's shutting off on me, and I'm like, no, Kurt. So he's clean. I know he's depressed. I know he's sucking. Jail sucks when you're like that, but he's alive. I know he's safe. 3 years, y'all. And there's people who have much more time than me, and they know what I'm talking about. And there's people who are brand new who feel what I'm saying and know this. And there's some of you who are still trapped, but you hear me, and you know what I'm telling you is hitting you, okay? It's touching you, and you know what I'm saying makes sense. If you can be honest, I'm telling you can do it, but you got to commit. You've got to commit. You've got to take the instructions. You don't just open the box and grab everything and just go, well, I'll do it my way. I'll figure a way to build it. No, there's instruction manuals on how to build this structure, and it's going to be successful. What the heck? My phone keeps beeping. Look, I love you guys and gals, and I appreciate all the support. If you guys decide you want to help me out, you can go to my Patreon account in the description, and PayPal, and I got something else where you're able to help with if you want to in any way, shape, or form. But tomorrow I plan on trying to make a video where my pops from Canada spoke to me, says, give me a day's notice, you know, at least give me one day so that I can prepare to discuss these things with you, and that's the medical standpoint. Fingers crossed. Love you guys. I'm outie.